Welcome back from the break. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on Newsx. Violence in Pakistan's Balochistan province is once again escalating, with the Baloch Liberation Army or BLA claiming a major new campaign against Pakistani security forces. The latest wave of violence comes after Baloch National Day, with reports of multiple attacks and heightened security operations across the province. At least 9 Baloch fighters have reportedly been killed in the aftermath, while questions are also being raised over the growing impact of the conflict on civilians. The BLA has described its latest offensive as one of its biggest campaigns yet, targeting Pakistani military and security installations. The violence underlines the deepening conflict between Baloch separatist groups and Pakistan's security establishment, a conflict that has repeatedly spilled over into civilian areas. As Pakistan's military intensifies its operations, Balochistan continues to witness a cycle of attacks, counter-operations and civilian suffering. Major General Gigi Dwivedi, defense expert, is joining us live. We also have Mr. Masti Khan, Baloch senior journalist. Malika Pandey, foreign affairs expert, is live with us. Also joining us live is Air Commodore Sanjeev Medirata, aviation expert. Let me make a start with you first, Major General Dwivedi, on this situation, of course, within Balochistan. It's very, very concerning, of course, for the Pakistan establishment. This latest spiral of violence and attacks on the Balochis is very, very unfortunate. Innocent people being bombed, airstrikes reportedly on them, and the BLA has warned of a fierce revenge.
Well, Uday, firstly, always a pleasure to be on your show. Well, you are given a brief background, and that's the ground reality, that right now, I think Balochistan, the situation is very serious, both from the political as well as from the security issues. The main reason for the heightened violence is that Baloch Liberation Army has definitely scaled up its operations, and on the other side, the Pakistan Army is using excessive force to quell the current level of violence. And in that, the civilians are definitely being targeted, or they have become a victim of this violence. The point is, we need to understand the genesis, because Balochistan has been on the boil for quite some time, and it has a historical perspective. Firstly, in 1948, it was a forced amalgamation or forced annexation of Balochistan into the Pakistani mainland. And thereafter, over the years, the Balochis have been marginalized. They have not been given a fair deal, and excessive use of force to solve the political problem has actually led to current situation. There are, arrests, sudden disappearances, and thousands of people have been eliminated through very dubious means. And add to that is the Chinese angle, the Chinese Pakistan-China economic corridor. The benefit is all going to Chinese or the central government of Pakistan. As far as the Balochis are concerned, they are on the loser's end. They are not getting any benefit. So the point is, it is basically a political issue. Political issue where the Balochis are asking for autonomy or independence. They want fair share of development. They want to have a say in running their own area. And please remember that Balochistan is almost 44% of Pakistan landmass, and they just have about 10 million population. So therefore, what I want to conclude is that this is a political problem. Unfortunately, ironically, Pakistan Army has been trying to solve the problem through the use of force, and situation has only worsened. And lastly, the human rights, like right now I'm speaking from New York. Well, the American government had come very heavily on Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu about the human rights. What about the human rights of Balochis? This is the time the world must come very strongly as to the excessive force being used by Pakistan, and human rights issues should come in the center stage. As for the Balochis, currently they are undergoing so much of turmoil and victimization by the Pakistan Army. Over to you.
All right, let me in fact take that to you, Mr. Masti Khan, on, of course, the situation within Balochistan. You can, of course, give us the best perspective about what's happening really on ground right now. We've seen, of course, this Independence Day see a huge spurt of violence. What is the situation right now on ground, and what do we expect in the days ahead with this warning from the BLA that has been issued to the Pakistani Army and establishment?
Thank you. I was on the phone a little while ago with the former mayor of Balochistan capital, Quetta, and I have been informed that the military cannot venture out of Quetta, and if they have their posts elsewhere in Balochistan, they are just confined within those posts. They cannot go outside, you see. They cannot go to patrol the areas. They are incapable. It's a huge mass of land, and the people have risen up. They have they have been humiliating us. They have been torturing us. They have been killing us, and they have now, for the last 2 years, they have 16 of our women in their illegal enforced disappearance. And of course, the de facto Prime Minister of Balochistan, Dr. Marang Baloch, and Gulzadi Baloch, her colleague, and Bibo Baloch, they have been in arbitrary detention for the last 17, 18 months now. So there is the Pakistan military, especially under the present general, is a very third-rate general. He is from the slum. He is a slum dog. He's from the slum area of Rawalpindi called Deri Hassanabad. He has got no he has got no background at all, even from the point of view of Punjab. He has come from the Jalandhar area, and just like the previous General Zia, he's also an Islamist, actually radical. He has memorized the Quran. And he, of all the things you see, he acts like as if he's an intellectual. All the words that are being coined, like the Fitna al Hindustan, Fitna al Kharij, and this Operation Banyan Mein Mirasi. I have called it Operation Banyan Mein Mirasi. This all is being coined by this general and no one else. How can you see, how can one man handle a country of 255 million people? And our people, Balochistan is gone. That is out of their hand. There's no doubt about it. We Baloch are a little concerned because Pakistan is very lucky that it has India as its neighbor. We are thinking that instead of India, had Israel been Pakistan's neighbor, Balochistan would have been free a long time ago. That's what our reading is. Because India does a lot of patience. I don't know, because maybe of your philosophical background of not going to war easily.
Yes.
And it has some plus points.
Okay.
But as far as South Asia goes, you see what I call a problem of the lazy elephant.
Right.
The lazy elephant has emboldened these jihadi.
Okay, I'll come back
Pakistan
to you. Let me join the others as well. Malika Pandey also is with us live, as is Air Commodore Mehdi Ratta. Malika, first to you. Do you see this as something that is the worst spate of violence that Balochistan has seen in recent times? What we see this month of August, particularly around the Independence Day, is this something that is what has not been seen in the region in a very, very long time? Malik?
Absolutely. Good evening, Uday. What we are seeing right now is that Field Marshal Munir is running a great PR campaign internationally. I mean, he has a fantastic PR team where he's acting as a mediator, and Pakistan is signing all this, is being a part of Islamic NATO, is doing all these fancy deals with Mr. Trump and his family in cryptocurrency, selling out Pakistan. But internally, what we are seeing is that Pakistan is still a rogue state. There is problem at home. And what Uday, you said it rightfully when you call that this is the biggest massacre that he is running, not only in Balochistan, but we are also seeing him behave like General Dyer. Uday, today this man reminds me of the Jallianwala massacre of General Dyer. He's nothing less than General Dyer, where he's killing innocent women, innocent children in both POJK and Balochistan. He's openly firing at the people who don't carry arms. And at what cost? So, and this is the largest, Uday, we are seeing, like Sir rightly mentioned, General Divedi rightly mentioned, it's the largest part. I mean, Balochistan is strategically very important for Pakistan, 44% of landmass, and they have Gwadar port. They wanted to sign a deal. Asim Munir wants to sell it to America as well for $500 million. That is why no international media is covering the Balochistan issue. No media outlet covered the 11th August being celebrated as the Independence Day, where Mir Yar Baloch is saying that we've already gained the independence. He has had the national anthem there. He is talking about the national emblem. He wants to separate out. He's saying that all these critical minerals are available, be it copper, be it the ports. We will not let them function because our people are not benefiting from it. But, General Munir is just behaving like General Dyer right now, killing innocent people. Like we saw 10 people killed. We are seeing hundreds of people being massacred in POJK, and no international organization, no international media, America, who gives lectures of human rights, acting out on anything there. So it's sad affairs of state, and we are talking about, Pakistan celebrating Independence Day on 14th of August, but it's not independent at all. Internally also, Uday, there is a fight going on. By the way, their own ministers, and there's last point that I would like to highlight, both their Mohsin Naqvi, who is, a relative of Asim Munir, categorically points out that Pakistan is not in good condition. There is an internal problem. And Shehbaz Sharif, he's trying to point out how Shehbaz Sharif might be a showpiece. But at the same time, Khwaja Asif is telling Mohsin Naqvi that you look at the Pakistan cricket board. So internally also their ministers are not agreeing with each other now. They're not agreeing with the Prime Minister himself. So Pakistan celebrating Independence Day, Uday, doing all these, they've just made a circus. They've made a monkey out of themselves right now in the international media, but sadly nobody is covering it, Uday.
Right. Commodore Medirata, this is the, sad part as well, the silence of the world and the global community on what is happening in Balochistan. Surely it is time that they speak up and speak up more. Commodore Medirata, which country launches airstrikes on their own population, as we've been seeing in Balochistan?
Hello Uday, and hello everybody. Well, Uday, see, the place Balochistan, though it may be about half the country as in Pakistan, in the area, the population is very sparse. The topography is very different. Just about 6% of population stays in Balochistan, if you see the statistics. And out of that also, the literacy rates are very low. In fact, the lowest in the country. And also, the situation is such, like Mr. Khan had brought out, that not only the army now they are trying to put Lashkar also there to fight 1-to-1, because they would want to preserve their army, because there have been too many casualties there in Balochistan. And this is not the first time this uprising has been there. This has been there, like General said, since 1948 this has been happening. But today the situation has come to such a state, and also like they said, India's participation in that, we would of course want them to sort out their own problems internally. That is what our official stand always has been. But the situation right now is that very many pockets of Balochistan, which is a vast area, and the remote ones are not actually under the control of the country's administration or military also. So those pockets are increasing every day despite having applied the Lashkar force there. And the problem is there's a vicious circle. You make more disappearances of the people and more killings, and you hope that you will control the situation, but it goes out of hand every time you do that. And it is not just on this front, even on J&K front, the same situation is holding. And like Malka said, both the places, the Western media has been kept very, very calibrated for whatever their own reasons to do that are. But it is certain that the Western media has been keeping themselves very, very clear on this, that how they are going to take it up and how much they are going to take it up. And that is what is happening as on date. But the situation, the political and the security situation is not really much to talk home about today, because it is getting worse by the day. The disappearances are becoming more and more, and even the captivities are becoming more and more. There have been open battles, and the situation is such that Pakistan is almost fighting on two fronts right now within the country, and we do not know how long will they be able to hold on to that, and what support Balochistan gets from other people. Yeah.
Okay, let me in fact quickly also take that to you once again, Major Dwivedi, on this situation in Pakistan. It clearly is, the imminent breakup of Pakistan staring at it once again in the face. We've seen what happened in POK with the mass boycott of the polls, the kind of violence in POK during the elections as well, and what all atrocities have been committed there. Now coupled with what we're seeing, of course, in Balochistan as well, with these strikes, and the BLA, of course, rising, getting more members in their ranks. The weapons they procured as well is growing. Not to forget the other parts of Pakistan and what they are saying as well.
Well, Uday, I think if you overall take a audit check of Pakistan, it's a state in disarray. And we have been seeing that it has been failing state, but somehow they have the mechanism to survive by taking the dole from the Middle Eastern countries or China, and they have a mechanism also to survive, and that is exactly what Pakistan is now, because Pakistan willy-nilly is a military state. It is our Field Marshal Asim Munir who is calling the shots, and the civilian government is just only a showpiece. And it's very rightly said that all minorities, whether you take Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, you take POKJ, or you take Balochistan, all are up in arms today. Because for simple reason that in Pakistan the minorities have been marginalized over a period of time. In Pakistan, only state that matters is the state of Punjab, and that is the Punjabi-led army. But the point is that this is not going to go on forever, because certain fractures are visible, and that you can see how the in Pakistan, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, how the Taliban are actually very active. In POKJ, again the protests have been very intense, and in Balochistan also. I think what is happening today is that Pakistan army is actually on the back foot, and you are rightly, it has been brought out that they are using the non-state actors like Lashkar or Jaish to fight out the Baluchis, because they don't have the capability or even the courage to face them. So all in nutshell, I can say the situation is going to turn from bad to worst, because political problems have never been resolved through the military means. Unfortunately, Field Marshal Munir thinks that through the military means he can solve the problems. He is only going to get the problem worse, and we will see more internal instability in Pakistan, and that we have to watch. And my last point is, I think India needs to do more. We just cannot be sitting on the fence and watching. I think we need to do a lot more than what is being done, both covertly as also on the global forum. Bring this issue.
Yes, that's something that Ammar Mushtikan was referring to earlier as well. Now, Ammar Mushtikan is speaking about the BLA as well. Just tell us about the BLA and how their ranks have risen as well over time, from what they were 20 years ago to what they are now, the kind of weapons as well that they are using, I believe drone warfare as well. It clearly, of course, is something that the Pakistan army now, cannot take lying down. It's become a big worry for the Pakistan army on how to combat the BLA, isn't it?
Yes, it has been incredible. Honestly, Odeji, until last year, prior to the Jafar Express incident, I was thinking that maybe the Baloch movement will be like the Irish Republican Army movement, and it will go nowhere. But even my calculations have been proven wrong. You can see that the women have joined the fighting forces for liberation. This is a huge jump In the Baluch society, the woman had been, you see, invisible. They had always been inside the houses. For the last 20 years, they were on the streets demanding justice. Tens of thousands of Baluch patriots who were demanding freedom of their country, they were abducted by the Pakistan military. Udeji, you cannot believe it, but they are using rape as a weapon of war, and they are using it indiscriminately against children, against women, against men. I can tell you this. And the reason the people are not mentioning this in Balochistan, because it's a big taboo to even touch this subject in our tribal culture. But they are doing it, and they have been doing it for a long time, actually. And this time they have crossed all limits. And that is the reason people are hating the Pakistan military and the intelligence services. There is the point of no return has now gone far beyond that. The Baloch are not willing to live within this British created entity. You know what, this, as you know, that it was a British creation. Even today, it is surviving because of Washington, D.C. and London. These two capitals are the main backbone of the Pakistan military, which is running the country. And our liberty will come soon. I am appealing to India, and also, you see, the United Arab Emirates, they have lost. Pakistan has lost one of its main financiers, which was the third largest financier. Pakistan has lost that. United Arab Emirates has a great interest in the freedom of Balochistan. And I will call upon Israel also, these three powers, for your own interest. I see, you see, the next century as an Indian century. But that to happen, you need to have a free Balochistan.
Okay. Let me leave it at that. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us. We've run totally out of time. Let's slip into a short break.